On a fateful Thursday, October 12th, Flight 571 was the chartered flight of a Uruguayan Air Force twin turboprop Fairchild FH-227D, which took off from Montevideo, carrying 45 souls on board. 5 crew and 40 passengers, each with their own hopes and dreams. But their journey was destined to take a terrible turn. A group of excited rugby players from Uruguay, the Old Christians Club, were pumped to face off against the English Old Boys in Santiago, Chile. But their journey wouldn't be as they had planned. Piloted by Colonel Ferradas, a seasoned Air Force ace, with Lieutenant Laguarara fresh in the co-pilot's seat. With 10 extra seats available, friends and family joined the adventure, including Graziella Mariani, tagging along for her daughter's wedding. Nando Parado was just 19. Strong and full of hair, his future stretching before him like the mountain peaks below. He was on a plane with his rugby team, flying from Uruguay to Chile for a friendly game. There were even a few extra seats, so his mom and sister were on board too, excited for the adventure. Roberto Canessa came from a different world. A student at Uruguay's prestigious Christian Brothers School, he'd grown up immersed in rugby's traditions. He and Nando weren't the only ones on the plane. Others, like the youngest player, Carlitos Payas, were just starting their journeys. Life for Roberto, though, had been comfortable. Breakfast in bed, pampered and sheltered. Nothing had prepared him for what lay ahead. Flight 571's journey began smoothly on October 12, 1972, taking off from Montevideo, Uruguay. Unfortunately, a storm brewing over the Andes forced a detour to Mendoza, Argentina, where they waited for the weather to improve. While a direct route to Santiago existed, it hugged the towering mountains, including Mount Aconcagua, which was too close for comfort for their Fairchild FH-227D aircraft. This plane had a maximum safe altitude of 8,500 meters, while the mountains soared much higher. Therefore, the pilots opted for a longer, U-shaped route, stretching 600 kilometers south to Malargüe, then west through mountain passes, before turning north towards Santiago. By October 13th, the weather hadn't fully cleared, but with hope and caution, they took off from Mendoza at 2:18 p.m. Maintaining a flight level of 18,000 feet, they diligently communicated their position to Malargüe Airport. Their plan was to cross the Planchón Pass, a crucial checkpoint at 3:21 p.m., marking the handover from Argentinian to Chilean air traffic control. After conquering the Andes, they would finally turn north and descend into Santiago's Pudahuel Airport. Piloted by Ferradas with co-pilot Laguarara in training, flew through clouds above the Andes on October 13, 1972. Laguarara incorrectly believed they reached a turning point and began descending early, unaware they were still over the mountains. The plane hit severe turbulence and clipped a mountain ridge with its tail, tearing off the rear section and ripping away seats, kitchen, and vital control surfaces. 3 passengers, along with the navigator and flight attendant, were tragically lost in this initial impact. Momentum and the remaining engine kept the plane moving, but its journey was short-lived. A sharp rock outcrop ripped off the left wing, throwing the fuselage into a terrifying descent down the icy slope. At 350 kilometers per hour, the fuselage kept sliding for over 700 meters before slamming into a snowdrift, throwing loose seats and bringing the ordeal to a sudden, painful halt. The force of the crash crushed the cockpit, claiming the lives of both pilots instantly. The wreckage landed on a remote glacier straddling the Argentina-Chile border, far from the intended route. Flight 571 found its final resting place. Tragically, the crash claimed the lives of 12 souls. Despite the devastating toll, 33 survivors clung to life, many bearing serious injuries. Broken bones, like Noguera's shattered legs, were common. Medical students Canessa and Zerbino swiftly stepped up, triaging and attending to the wounded with remarkable resilience. Even amidst the tragedy, there were glimmers of hope. Parado, though unconscious for days with a skull fracture, eventually fought his way back. And Platero, despite a gruesome abdominal injury, offered his aid to others. The Andes Mountains are a wall of rock and ice, a continuous barrier across South America that stretches for an incredible 5,500 miles. With many peaks surpassing 20,000 feet, They're second only to the Himalayas in average height. Silence swallowed everything. No chirping birds, no roaring engines, just the wind whispering through the rocks, snow, and mountains. This silent world was their new home for the next 72 days, a broken plain on a snowy peak,